All right, hello, we're here in Oakman, Alabama once again at Oakman High School. The discipline to keep going even when the voice says no. That's what we'll talk about today. It is region play against Midfield here on Go Wildcats with head coach Ryan Hall. All right, Coach, so last week we talked know your job, do your job, and a part of that is playing for something that's better and bigger than yourself. There comes a time where you have to execute that, though. It's not just simply knowing it and then kind of going through the motions. So let's talk specifically now about the role of discipline. Let's give us a quick summary about how you approach the word discipline here with the program.
Yeah, doing your job is the big piece in that. You know, knowing your job is kind of a mental preparation, and then playing for something bigger than yourself is kind of an emotional piece. You got to buy into the principles of being on a team and being unselfish and all those things, but the actual action takes place in doing your job, and the biggest requirement for that is daily discipline. You know, and the best definition that I can come up with that is, you know, fighting human nature, and when that voice tells you not to do something, you go ahead and do it anyway. You do the right thing. You know what's right. We know right from wrong. We know good from bad. We know effort from no effort. And so every time you have an opportunity to make a decision to do your job, there's going to be a voice that tells you, well, you know, this play I can take off, and you got to fight that. Or I can stay in the bed for another 15 minutes and be late for school. You got to fight all those things, those voices that tell you to don't go ahead and do it. And the hardest part in that is there's never a guarantee on any of this. Like, you can do everything right during the week and not get the outcome you want on a Friday night, and still being able to wake up and do your job and fight that voice that's telling you, not just the voice in your own head, but you got you got all these external voices too, team. Well, you should be doing this, and y'all should do, and you're not good at this, and you're not. So the discipline to fight all that off and stay focused on the task and whatever your job is being asked to do is for us is discipline. And I think that's a tough thing to fight human nature when there's no guarantee. And you still got to wake up every day and do the things that will allow you to have that success that you want.
Very, very good. Do your job because it's your job, no matter the outcome. Do the right thing because it's the right thing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, very good. Let's now just quickly translate that to life. If playing football equals life for you guys, how do we grow in that concept in all of life?
Yeah, we always want to take and apply anything that we do in football to life, because that's you know, I've said this before on this show, but all these things we teach in football are like ball security, how to run power, how to play cover two, how to tackle. That's really not going to help most of these young men in 10 years. That's not going to be but the discipline they learn, how to fight that voice that tells you don't get up and go to work. Just stay here in the bed longer. Or don't go out and do these things that are not going to be beneficial to your life. Don't go places where there could be trouble. You're going to have to fight those voices the rest of your life. We all do. We all have to fight that. And developing that discipline to still do the right thing, the next right thing. We all make mistakes, and we all fall short. But to do the next right thing, okay? I got to do this because it's the right thing to do, and it's because it's what my family needs, or I need to continue to work and have a job, and just being able to do that over and over and over again. I think one of the most powerful things in the world is the cumulative effect of daily doing the right thing. You do the right thing one day and nobody really notices, but you do that over and over and over and over again, and you build this cumulative effect and this groundswell of who you become, and then that's just your habit. And so it's very important that they continue to build on those things each day of waking up, doing the right thing, fighting that voice inside that's telling you, don't go hard today, you're tired, you didn't get enough sleep, or all these excuses, but just staying on track to do the right thing. And so the application is that. Take these things when you got to get up on a Monday after a loss, go back to work, continue to work just as hard with no guarantee you're going to get anything positive at the end of it. That's going to carry through life as much as anything that will teach you, because you're going to be faced with that situation on a Monday morning a bunch of times in your life where it don't go your way. And so we hope that the players learn that and can use football as a way to practice life before it happens. And so that's one of the principles that we want to instill in the players in our program.
Well, very, very good. I guess it's no immediate guarantee. There is an eventual guarantee
Sure.
of a peaceful life and those kind of things. So very, very good. We appreciate the insight there and appreciate you leading the program through those kind of things. We appreciate you, and we hope that you'll keep watching, as we will have a film breakdown here in a moment by Coach. We'll visit with a player, and then we'll talk quickly football at the end of our show. Okay, we're here with sophomore Trace Cagle. Trace plays linebacker and quarterback. Trace, thank you for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to. Let's just talk as a student. We're a couple of weeks into the school year, a couple of games down already, but let's just talk how the school year's begun for everyone.
You know, school's looking good right now. Everything started off pretty good. It's very welcoming. They've had a very welcoming start back to the school year. Grades are still looking up right now. Volleyball's kicked off. Proud to see our girls out there playing. They actually got a game today, so proud to go watch them today.
All right, that is great. Glad to hear that. Let's talk the word discipline, right? It's a big emphasis today for our video, and something no doubt they stress with y'all. So talk about the importance of discipline, daily discipline within the program.
Like you said, they definitely stress discipline. Definitely do. And one of the things they stress is playing when there's no guarantee. Always playing, snap the whistle, always relentless effort, no matter what's thrown at you. And one of the things that helps us with the playing with when there's no guarantee is one of the things they've kind of burnt into our memories is loving the people behind you more than hating the people in front of you. And it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of discipline to play when there's no guarantee. And to do so, yeah, loving the people behind you more than you hate the people in front of you, to keep fighting for your brothers.
That's great. That's a great insight. Love the people behind you more than you hate the people in front of you. That's really good. I know that gets difficult when the people in front of you actively hate you, right?
Yeah.
So that's where that discipline and telling the voice no becomes so huge. So we appreciate you sharing that insight with us. What are some specific things they do, drills or things they do with you to help instill that attitude?
Overtime drill. So overtime drill, it's like one day white may be on offense, blue may be on offense. We separated teams, and it's one day you may start on the 40 and you got 2 minutes to go. One day maybe the 30 and you got a minute, 30 seconds to go, and coach will make some bad calls. Coach will stop the clock, have bad clock management, just to see how you're going to react. You know, just see how your body language is and how you're going to handle that situation.
Very, very good. So put you in some negative situations just so that you can rise above and show that discipline. Very, very good. We appreciate you, Trace, and appreciate you joining us. And look at the camera and tell them anything.
Go Wildcats.
I want to look at some film from Friday night and just kind of point out a few things that we thought were really good. This is in the first half here, and just a big play. And our defense was really good. We were optimistic, created some turnovers. This is one of them. Carson Gillen, 10th grade lineman, kind of squeezes off the down block. Boom, hits the back in the backfield, causes a fumble. Trace Cagle gets a fumble recovery right there and gave us really, really good field position right here. Just really proud of our defense. And what I really like is that they run to the football and compete, and you can see a bunch of hats just getting after it right there. So as long as we continue to play like that, we'll keep getting better on defense. Here's another big play in the game. This is going to be a sack on their quarterback. They're driving the ball. Okay, this is a 3rd and 13, so we're kind of in pat. We know we're going to get a throw here. Thinking pass. Peyton McLemore does a good job of redirecting off the edge. That's him up at the top of the screen and filling back in and creating a pressure on the quarterback. And then we finished there with a sack by Aaron Hanley. And Aaron Hanley's really playing at a high level up front. That's him right there, that 3 technique. Just staying with the play, not ever giving up.
All right, Coach, let's talk football. Last few minutes of the show. Tough game, hard-fought game Thursday night against Cordova. Come up short, 35-3.
Yeah.
Talk about how the game went, how the players responded.
Yeah, it's kind of like the way I've talked about it with them. I said this out on the field after the game. You know, I was disappointed, but I'm not discouraged. As a matter of fact, I'm encouraged with how they've handled the we've got some failing to do, and that's what you can call that, and they've bounced back. Friday they came in, we had a little work day Friday where we recovered a little bit. We laughed, cut up, had a good time, got our work in, and then got some ice baths, and then wanted to go home and get some rest. And so their attitude has been phenomenal, and I think that comes from Coach Painter. Kind of started this back in our boot camp, and the theme of that boot camp was who will you become, and one of the major principles in that was to have an unbreakable spirit. Don't let things break your spirit and your enjoyment and passion for showing up and playing high school football and being a part of a team, and don't let outside voices or losses or failures break your spirit. Keep coming back, and I feel like they do, and I'm confident they'll continue to do that. I think that's in their makeup and in their character as a team, and I've been really proud of them for that. And so we're excited moving forward. The game kind of was close late, and I felt like we did what we set out to do, which was keep the game close into the second half and then see if we could wear them down, and it just didn't happen. They withstood it, and that's a testament to their team and their players. And then kind of late, it got away from us a little bit. But, the game was a lot closer probably than that score indicated. But I was proud of our players and the way they fought. And if we'll continue to give that kind of effort and play with that kind of togetherness and unity and discipline, we're going to be fine. And I keep telling them, I can't tell you when it's going to happen for you. But if you do right over and over and over again, eventually you're going to reap the rewards of that. And you just got to stay the course and keep fighting and keep baggage away from it. Don't listen to anything. Just stay focused on these guys in here in this locker room with you, and it'll happen for you. So we're excited moving forward.
Okay, let's talk players of the game. Who stood out?
Yeah, offensively, Kason Dickerson had a good night carrying the football. I think he ended up rushing for a little over 60 yards and just did a good job on some tough runs. The physicality of that game was really, it was a lot. Like every run was bang in there. There were bodies, which is the way we want to play, and we want to invite that kind of game. But Kason held up and made some really good, tough third down runs. He had a big run on a fake punt that was big, and so I was really proud of his effort. And Kason just plays hard. Like he's just one of those throwback, tough, hard-nosed players. Our defensive player of the game was Bridger Upton. He could have been the offensive player of the game. He had like 5 catches for 90-something yards and just really came out. That was kind of a coming out deal for him. He covered a really good receiver all night long. Number 1, Jalen Armstead for Cordova's a good player with speed and size and good ball skills, and Bridger had 2 interceptions and really did a fantastic job of making some plays on that side of the ball. And he continues to get better and better and better. And then our do the work player is kind of a neat deal. I was in the gym last year in the off season, and there was a young man kicked the ball. And my rule in the gym is you don't kick it unless, like, you don't kick a basketball. You can kick a soccer ball, but you don't kick a basketball. You don't kick a volleyball. Whatever kind of ball it is, you play that kind of ball with it. And if you want to kick, well, he kicked a volleyball one day. And I said, son, what are you doing kicking that ball in this gym? And he said, Coach, can I go outside and play soccer I like soccer. And I said, no, but you could go out there and kick a field goal and let me see if you can kick a football through those uprights. And so Matthew Bullwinkle and I went out on the football field and we put it on a kickoff tee, and he kicked about a 15-yarder. I said, do that again. And he did it again, and he did it again, and he did it again. I said, son, you're going to be our kicker. And he said, I was thinking about playing football. I said, well, that's what you're going to kick for us. And so for him having never played football and to come through spring and all summer, and he went out there and kicked that field goal, I think it was a 22-yarder maybe, was really awesome to see. And that's one of those things in coaching where you see a kid start in a point, and then for him to make that field goal in a game like that was really awesome. So I'm excited for him. He's our do the work player of the week, and he's definitely put in the work. And Bullwinkle's just one of those kids that shows up and you don't hear he just does his job, works, and I'm really proud of him. And so those are our players of the week.
Awesome, very good. Glad to hear that. Let's talk Friday night's game, tomorrow night's game, as we enter region play, and it's the Midfield Patriots that come here to Oakman. Talk about what we can expect in that matchup. Yeah,
I got a really good football coach in Coach Isaac. He's been there a lot of years and coached a lot of football and won a lot of football. They were 9-3 last year in 2A, and kind of made a little run in the playoffs, and really, really athletic on the perimeter. They got 2 guys that I think can really run. Defensively in the back end, they do a good job with coverage, and you can kind of tell they're bend but don't break kind of defense. And offensively, they're going to spread it out and utilize an athletic quarterback, and so we'll have our work cut out. And discipline's kind of the word, but we've got to be disciplined. We've got to play assignment football on defense and not let that quarterback run around and and get outside contain and things like that, cover late in plays. He can extend plays. And then offensively, we got to do what we do, and that's, we've got to line up and provide. It's going to be jab, 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 and then when we take our shot, our haymaker, we've got to hit them, and that's been our nemesis the last 2 weeks, is when we've had some open opportunities and hadn't been able to capitalize. And so hopefully we'll continue to improve and do those things. But it's going to be that kind of football game. We want to line up and, we want to kind of beat you up front, for lack of better words, and get the game late and wear you down, and then capitalize on those opportunities for shots. Special teams got to be good. I think that's an area where we've improved and we can win a section of the game. And so I'm excited for that, for our guys to get out and be able to play in that unit too. But it's a region game. You can never, ever, ever, ever take those for granted. Those are the ones that you got to win, and the two that we've played have been in preparation. Want to win them, no doubt. I mean, we're disappointed we didn't win them. But this one right here is what starts. Everybody's 0-0, and we got to find a way to be 1-0 at the end of this week.
All right, so that's tomorrow night, 7 o'clock here at HD Collins Field in Oakman. We look forward to seeing the Midfield Patriots. Look forward to seeing you here for that. Coach, close us out.
Go Wildcats.